Okay, so for this one, I'm going to be installing this large reminder graphic that just says to keep 1.5 apart. Using my painter's masking tape, I'm just going to apply it in the general area. So something like that, get it into the general spot, and then use the tape measure again. Okay, that's nice and straight and ready to go. So because this is long and thin, we're actually going to be working from side to side as opposed to top to bottom. So my hinge is going to be running that way. And rather than two little tabs, I'm just going to put one big tab. I could either put it right at the middle or right at the side, but because this is long, I'm just going to put it right in the middle there. Starting on this side here, I'm going to do my trimming trick. Just on that edge there to allow me to align that up when I get back to it. Release my backing. And just line that up just like that to make sure it's in the same spot. And lock that in like that. Now that that's locked in, I can actually go a little bit closer to this hinge if I wanted to. Like that. And now I can remove the hinge altogether. And on this side here, I'm going to do my same trick. So just a little slice down the edge of that tape so that I've got somewhere to align it back to. And as I'm working across, I'm just always keeping that in line there so that I know I'm always straight and I'm not moving up and down, because if I'm pulling this down as I'm applying it, the graphic will slightly move down. Now I'm quite close to that edge. Can make sure that that's pretty close there. There she goes. And one last wipe where that tape was, just to make sure that it hasn't affected anything. And that piece is done. So to add this graphic to the top, on top of this one, all I'm going to do is I want to have this in the center to make sure it's not offset, because it'll look a bit strange. So I've got a little trick for that is try not to fold the graphic, but if you find the very edges of the graphic like that and just put a little fold only in the paper backing, that'll actually give you a central point. And I can measure my graphic at the bottom here, which is 720, which means 360 is halfway. And I'm just going to put a little finger mark right there so I know where that is. And now I'm pretty confident that as long as my little join there and that join there line up, they're going to be centered. And it's just how high do I want it from that. So I'll get my painter's tape. Create my little starting hinges. Maybe about that high is where I want to start. And now I just want to make sure that it's horizontally straight. So I could measure off the roof again, but because this is so close to this graphic, I want to make sure that it's straight to that. So even if this, for whatever reason, is slightly askew, this is still going to look straight. Okay, just pivot that. Okay, that's pretty straight. And now using my painter's tape again, make another hinge. And then at the top here, just release that there. Okay. And now we apply it. Make sure that that's pressed down. And make sure that that lines up perfectly like that. And we started. So with this piece here, I'm actually going to bring this all the way down to about 50 mil from the edge. I'm actually going to use my hand as a guide to hold that out, and then using my squeegee, 45-degree angle strokes down to there, and on this last little bit, remove my tape and just double check those edges, and everything's all good. Done.